I'm near Blythewood, South Carolina at Crooked Cedar Farm and speaking with Edwina Harrell. Edwina, how did you get the name Crooked Cedar?
Well, when we cleared our land that we're growing our present garden on, it was during the wintertime. And we were trying to think of a name, a catchy name for our farm. So we were just sitting out near the field, and we looked up and there was a cedar tree that had a crooked top. So we said, how about Crooked Cedar Farm?
Well, that's fun, and it does.
It was
conversation.
The name.
Yeah. But you and your husband moved here relatively young in your marriage, and tell me how y'all started.
Okay, we moved here in 1972. We built our house in January of 1972, and we moved here on April 5th on my husband's birthday. For the first couple of years, I mostly stayed in the house with the children. But he was out working in the yard, and we would clear parts of the yard as we would go along. And then one day, he said, you need to come out in the yard with me. And so I did, and I never went back inside.
Dirty hands suited you
Dirty
fine.
hands were fine with me.
So I guess first you landscaped, and your yard itself is beautiful.
Thank you.
And I think you have a great love of pollinators.
We do. We love the birds. We love the butterflies. We love the bees, the honeybees, the bumblebees, everything that flies and just goes from plant to plant. We love them.
And so that gives you this lovely flower garden near the house. And you, rather than have to go and buy new plants every year, the annuals, I think you try to overwinter them?
I do. About half of the things in the flower beds are annuals. Some will overwinter pretty good, but the ones that will not overwinter, I dig in the fall, pot them up, and put them in the greenhouse.
And what are some of those so that we can show our
Well, I
viewers?
do the Blue My Mind, some of the euphorbias like the Diamond Mountain, Diamond Snow, they don't overwinter, like some of the grasses like in these pots, the purple fountain grasses, all of that goes in the greenhouse. Coleus, lots of things grow in the greenhouse.
I was interested when we were looking at the flowers that you grow dahlias from seed. I did not even know that was an option.
Oh yeah, they're very easy to grow from seed.
And bloom the first year.
Bloom the first year, and they come back every year. And I love them because they're a more compact plant. The flowers are smaller. They make very good cut flowers versus the dinner plates, which are kind of heavy.
Yeah.
But yeah, most of our dahlias are from seed.
And sunflowers. I think y'all let them kind of scatter in the fields, but Selvin told me that he plants them in rotation so that there's always something there for the pollinators, I believe.
That's right, yeah. And they're beautiful, and the pollinators love them. And when you're growing vegetables, you need pollinators to help, get the plants going.
And then I think you were kind of surprised at one of the sunflowers that came back this year. That was a gigantic creature.
That was a surprise. I think one of the birds, we feed the birds, and so I think one of the birds planted that sunflower for us. It's a giant sunflower, and it came up by itself in the field, and it's been great. It's been beautiful.
But then y'all have also been very interested in growing vegetables.
Yes, we have always grown vegetables. Just the first parts of our marriage, we always had a garden. We grew up with gardening. Our grandparents, our parents all had gardens. And a lot of our great-grandparents had big farms. But we always had a vegetable garden for our needs. But when we retired, way back when, 20 years ago, we said, we're young, we need to have something to do. So we decided we would start a farm and grow on a big scale.
And you are particularly interested in things that taste good.
We are.
So are you trying new things sometimes? And what are some of your favorite things to grow?
Well, we grow a lot of new things, but now we've kind of settled into what everybody likes. But our main crop they grow in the summer is the Cherokee purple tomato. And that's our signature tomato that we grow here on a farm.
And in the summer, you can get things started early. You have a greenhouse.
I do, yeah.
And so you like to start things early because you've got a clay soil?
We do, and I like to start my own seed. I find that with starting my own seed and growing out my own plants, they just seem to do better. They are more acclimated, I think, to the surroundings and the environment. Plus, I baby all of my seedlings. When I'm growing them, I'm in the greenhouse, I'm touching them, I'm talking to them all day long. And I think they respond to that.
You know, and they do. I mean, I think plants do respond.
Yeah, they have feelings too. Yeah.
And then y'all are very conscious about things like water use, I believe.
We are. We have a well, and sometimes it rains really good, and then sometimes, some years, it's no rain. Our water source is our home well. We have drip irrigation that we do in the field, and in the raised beds, we're putting in drip irrigations. Now, the flower beds and borders in the yard, no drip irrigation yet.
You have a garden shed, and it has air conditioning, which I'm sure is wonderful sometimes.
Wonderful.
And heat. Because you tell me how you like to do your cold crops, how you like to start them.
Brassicas like the collards and the cabbage and the Brussels sprouts and the broccoli, which we grow, they like to have a cool germination temperature. So in the summer, when you start them, July, it's not cool here. So we built this garden shed, or garden, we call it the garden cottage, and we put air conditioning in there so that I can start my seed inside, under lights, in the air condition. And that helps them not to stretch and get leggy. Mm-hmm.
So that when you put them out, they're less likely to lodge or fall over.
Right,
or anything
and they're
like
just
that.
a nice, compact little plant, and they just do better. Yeah.
And then I think in there too, also, with all of these wonderful flowers that I see, some people like to come to you and get bouquets.
Yes, we started the cut flower part of the farm about 2 years ago. And so we just, I make flower jars, which is little small, like jelly jars or whatever kind of jar I can find. And then I also do the wrap bouquets. I do buckets of flowers, so people come and we have those available.
And as we were out there in the back part where y'all actually have the little farm, it was because as if you didn't have enough, you've got chickens.
Oh yeah, we have about 50 laying hens. And they're fun, they're special. And we sometimes have pet ones, but right now we don't have a special pet one. But I imagine we will.
I bet you will too. So you're collecting eggs every day?
We collect eggs every day, and we offer those to the public also.
Okay. And so people like to come out here and take advantage of the things that you have. Tell me how people find out about what's available.
Okay, we send out an email each week, or sometimes twice a week, and also I post it on Facebook and Instagram.
Well, I think that I went around this morning, I didn't have breakfast, and I pinched and grazed as I was here and had a wonderful time doing that. And it's just been a glorious experience coming and seeing.
Thank you, we appreciate it.
What y'all have managed to do. Thank you so much for what y'all are doing.
Thank you for coming.